Luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday, I'm your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home he's chasing new Asian delight. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground. Comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust. Has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all that cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Archie Luxury live stream. Sunday fun day. Wine, bitches. Get the wine out. Come on, guys. It's Archie Luxury Sunday fun day. We are here to talk watches. How are you today? What's going on? Let's go and send a few little invites out. Who we got here we'd like to have on the stream for Sunday fun day? Let's get Keslow. Let's hear from Keslow. We got Jay Hoffmeister. Mark Goldberg, the world's greatest doggy trainer. We have got Tanzil. Tanzil sent me a clip. Let's have a look. Let's run the clip, Fatso.
Long time ago. Hi, Patel Philippe. Good day to you, too. Do you consider yourself a brigade man? No, I don't own a brigade. I like brigades. I like especially here. Okay, here is a brigade watch that I do want to get. I think it's called the 3130. It was designed and built originally by Daniel Roth back in the 80s, I think, when the Chaumet brothers owned Breguet and brought Breguet out of almost non-existence. So, yeah, and I would like one of those.
Speaking of dog trainers, we have the world's greatest dog trainer, Marky Goldberg, coming in live. How are you, Mark?
Well, I am well, coming to you live from a lovely little hotel suite in New Jersey.
Wow, I love you. By the way, Mark, I'm getting ready for summertime. My
Yeah, look at that.
Breguet,
Oh,
I've taken it off the leather. I've taken it off the leather,
yes, I see. I see that.
and I'm putting it onto a Nate. You know why I do that?
Let's see. Because you prefer 30 cents worth of nylon to a $500 leather strap.
Yeah, but I think it gives it a very cool look, sophisticated charm.
It does. Well, it's much more informal, way sportier. I don't know
And
about
did you know
sophisticated.
too, it's not just, I'm not the only person to do that. The new Type 20, it
Hmm.
comes on leather,
Is it?
and also it comes with a nylon Breguet strap.
I see. For the adventurous swimming 007 in your family.
So the fact that I've got the previous, now you might say, I actually wanted to buy the strap for the new one, but it's
Mm.
actually a different size lugs to this model. Otherwise, I would have bought the genuine Breguet nylon
Oh, so that's an
for $500 also. Okay.
30-cent nylon strap.
Yeah. So otherwise, it would be too small.
Yes, that is the problem. One does not want to see the spring bars on either side of the NATO
Hey, what are
strap.
you wearing? That looks great on your wrist today.
Well,
What is that?
I'm not sure you'll really approve when you learn what it truly is. It's a little micro brand. I call it Tusano. It's ridiculously accurate. It's very nice. The loom is insane.
And this,
Nice, fu-
guys, is a
nice
man
little
who
thing.
wears a $40,000 solid gold Submariner.
You know
He's
what though?
wearing a.
I didn't want to travel with it because I thought I might be in some sketchy areas, and I haven't been. I could have worn a better watch, but I kind of
I'm
wore.
disappointed in you, Mark. You let me
Well, you know,
down.
I didn't. I really didn't want to get knocked over the head for a Rolex in New Jersey. So here we are.
Is New Jersey that bad?
Well, parts of it.
I'll
Yeah.
get Tony. Tony will get it back for you. Let me ring Tony.
I'm actually I wasn't entirely sure where I was going to be. I could have worn a Rolex. Damn it, I could have. But I decided not to travel in a Rolly and
Oh,
I don't
we
know.
got a super chat. I got Mike the Snake
Anyway,
wants the link. Holy
Mikey.
shit. I haven't posted the link.
Nice. We'll get it up there. Let's get Mikey on. So Mikey, he's back. Didn't last long, did it?
I love Mikey.
Of course you do.
Watch Nick. You better send me the show that you were in so I can get payments organized for you in the next
Payments.
payroll period.
You
Um,
better organize some payments for Mike and me too.
yeah, Watch Nick did a dungeon.
Yes, I
Dungeon,
understand.
dungeon.
I
Can you
know.
do a dungeon on doggies,
You know
training
what?
dogs?
I'll do a dungeon one of these days when I'm like pathetic and desperate for money. That's when I'm doing a dungeon.
You'll never be pathetic and desperate for money. You're a
That's
wealthy man.
probably true.
Hey,
Anyway,
Mike!
Archie,
Mike!
Mark,
Mike. Glad to
Mark,
see you,
Mark,
Mikey.
Mark. Yeah, I missed you terribly.
Did you? Even though I was a little critical, Mikey, I was a little
I
hard on
know.
you.
That's all
I'm,
right though. Hey,
I'm
you know,
glad to hear. Glad to hear.
all is forgiven. It's
You're my,
forgotten. It's
you,
actually more than forgiven. It's actually forgotten.
you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm here dealing with a relative with Alzheimer's, and so I know all about the forgetting.
my my dad's wife
Yeah,
is
tough man. It
has
is tough.
like it's setting in like in a
Yeah,
serious way, and I
yeah.
saw her a weekend ago, and it was so difficult to just hold down a conversation with her. She just
It's
couldn't.
tough. It's tough. It's a toughie. It's my mom, and I can hold a conversation with her. Thank God. It's not dementia. It's just the memory lapses are, like it's tough, man. It
Oh,
is just tough. I'll tell
yeah.
you. So we helped her move she's actually very happy. Um, she's very happy because she lived on her own in a house till she's 87 years old, but now she's in a what do they call it, assisted living, where there's
Assisted
more
living.
help. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Assisted living.
but there's like there's clubs and there's shows and there's people to eat lunch
Yeah.
with, and so it's more social.
Hey, that's only when they're selling it to you. The
Yeah.
reality is,
No, my mom moved into a similar
that's
place
only
like
when
that.
they're selling it to you, Marky Poo.
Oh, you're
Well, I
preaching
don't.
to the choir. It costs an arm and a leg,
Yeah, no, it's pretty.
and
It's
three
yeah,
firstborns to
that's
fucking
true.
move into that place.
That
But
is true.
she lives like a queen there.
It is. Do you know what? It
And
actually, Mike is right. These places are like cruise ships for adults.
yeah,
Like my mom doesn't drink, sadly, which is a shame because it has a bar, I mean a pub within the facility, and they have happy hour. These fucking people every single day, happy hour.
nice.
Except for these people go to bed early, so happy hour is at 3:30.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
by the way, guys,
Mm.
I've put my breguet back onto a NATO strap, getting ready. Because what I've decided to do is, let me tell you this. We got a super chat. First super chat in, Black Cat 997, $5. These days, what is your definition of a shitter? Interested in Mark and Mike's opinion on this as well. Let me tell you what's a shitter.
It's right here.
Anything not in solid 18 karat gold or platinum.
So steel stunners in the Rolex line are now shitters, according to you.
Oh yeah. Huh.
As a 55-year-old, I'm approaching 55 years old.
In a few
Gold
years.
only, fuckface. Gold only, fuckface.
You know what, Mike? Can I just? I want to talk to my. Excuse me, Archie. The Rolex men are talking now. Mike,
Yes.
Archie. I'll let you know when it's your turn. Mike, you and I are Rolex man, but Archie doesn't even qualify anymore. Do you really think we ought to be on that stream? What do you think? Is it like charity work that we're doing now?
I will always be here to help support Archie.
All right, good for you.
Regardless of topic.
Even if he's not a Rolex man.
Even if he's not a Rolex man and I'm
All
not
right.
a brigade man,
Okay. Me either.
I'm here not because of watches mainly. I'm here mainly to support Archie and just do what I can to help bring his show back up to greatness.
Make Archie great again.
Yeah.
MAGA.
That-
MAGA. Make Archie great again. It's literally MAGA.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the truth. I don't ask for anything.
Archie,
and-
what do you think? Should we get a red hat? We need red hats that say "Make Archie great again."
That would be great. That would be great.
Of course,
I
I
gotta
can
tell
hear.
you something. I gotta tell you
wait.
something, guys.
I can hear.
Clyde. I honestly think anything below Tudor. I think the cutoff in the sand.
What about Omega?
No,
Oh, yeah,
Omega's
no.
way above Tudor.
All right,
Yeah,
good to know.
Omega's
No.
What about
I think,
Breitling?
for example, Longines. Let's go through some brands. Longines,
Below
shitter.
Tudor. What about Breitling?
What about Seiko?
Oh no, Breitling's way above Tudor.
All right, nice.
I love Breitling.
Seiko, shitter. Sorry, but I think
Really?
shitter.
Okay. I mean,
Seiko's got an exemption. Okay.
Why? Because of classic designs.
No, I think Seiko. Look, it's non-luxury. Seiko's non-luxury, but it's also that's the only acceptable non-luxury watch to buy.
because it's a real tool.
I kind of feel the same way too. You know, they're bulletproof. They're like Rolex in the fact like that. You know, they'll
And also, I'm trying to sell that fucking dive watch. Let me.
Now we get down to it.
the truth
Actually, I
comes
was
out.
thinking of giving that watch to my son when he finishes his degree. I said to him, "If you get a doctorate, I'll give you my Speedmaster."
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You're going to give him a shitter for graduating?
No,
So-
when he finishes 2 degrees, he's doing a Bachelor of Mathematics and a Bachelor of Secondary Studies, so becomes a teacher. I'll give him the Seiko dive watch. That's not a shit. That's a
I feel
that
like
cost me $1,100. Okay.
I feel like we need to do a little bit better for a graduation
Yeah,
with a
I think
with a
when the
medal.
time
$1,100
comes,
Aussie. That cost me 700 US. What?
I feel like
What
he'd
the fuck?
rather
I'm not
have.
made. Have you seen the
Hey.
super chats? 10's left. 10's gone. He's not
Yeah.
coming back.
look
That's
at this.
over.
Look at this super chat.
I think he'd
Look at
rather
the-
have the money.
Look at
Super
the look
chat.
at this super chat,
Super
Arch.
chat. Super chat.
Boom, boom.
Boom! Pelagic 6.
$100 fucking dollars.
Wait, is it? I can't read it because
It is. It's $100
$100.
there. My headphones off.
no, it's okay. You'll do that. $100.
Don't spend it all at once, Art. Here's a show of support from a long-time subscriber.
Okay, we can end the show now.
I heard a little bit of Tarzan in there.
I feel like we can end the show now, don't you think, Mike? We're done.
We're done.
But we can
No,
be done.
I think there's going to be more big drops.
All right,
Um,
nice.
I think Archie's on his way back to greatness, and people are seeing it. I mean, look, he's wearing a fucking nice shirt.
it's all you're doing, Mike.
I
Make
like
it-
the darker background, Archie.
You bitch slapped Archie around,
The
and now
light
he's
bulbs
better.
went out. The light bulbs went out, Mike. That's not.
I operate in exactly the same manner, man. Like I'm lazy, and if it goes out, it'll just stay out for a few days till I get to it. But I do like the darker background. And you're looking really good. Your hair's nice. And you're wearing a nice shirt.
Which
and
one?
I had a shower. I had a shower once a week. Once a week, Mark.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But I do have to say that your content and your show has been improving over the last week or two.
you scared him into it. You scared him into it, Mike.
Well, maybe so. Hopefully, but I will.
MAGA,
I will.
MAGA.
I will comment. I will make that comment. And
MAGA. Make Archie
I want to
great.
show you. So, firstly, our good friend Bill Sanders was talking 3130. This is the.
Is he our good friend really though? Is he really?
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
3130. This is the
Exactly.
Breguet that he spoke about.
Thank you.
oh,
Feel much better about this now.
The sizing is 36 mil. 36
Oh.
mil.
You know, it's good for little man, dainty little.
too small for
you
me.
know. Yes, that's because you don't have osteoporosis like Bill. His little crumbly little bones.
The bracelet's kind of pretty cool. It's kind of a beads of rice made out of rings or something. I like the coinage
like a
side.
chainmail meets beads of rice.
Yeah.
Now, Marky, I wanted to show you the coolest watch box we've ever seen in our life. It's from Breguet. Look at this. This is the Breguet Tradition Tourbillon box. This is the watch. Let's have a look at this, Marky. Okay, this one's gone a bit funny, but it's actually a Breguet desk, a watchmaker's desk.
I believe that first one was rat eaten.
Now, the reason, I don't know if you noticed this, on the desk, it's got that wooden support around the edges.
I do see that.
That's a watchmaker's desk, so that if you're working on something and the pin goes crazy, it doesn't go over the edge. That's the whole point.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
Okay, now have a look at this. So it's even got a key which opens the box up. Listen to this. It's got a key in the drawer. So the bottom drawer's open. The top drawers are just for show. And then, da-da-da-da, that's where the watch is inside the desk.
How clever.
Now, can you...
What do you think of that?
Can you make it into like a 2-watch holder or a 3-watch holder?
No, it's purely 1 watt. This is how it comes, Mikey.
Oh, okay.
Well,
This is actually... This is a Fusian chain. These watches here, this is pretty amazing. A Fusian chain. So it's like it uses a bicycle. It's like a mini bicycle chain. Okay.
Yeah.
A mini
I always thought those were super cool. I thought that the chain in the movement was
is super
really
cool. There you can see the coin, the chain.
Mike, will you please explain to us the Fusian movement? Thank you.
I can't.
That's okay.
This is absolutely amazing. So you can see the chain pieces there. See the chain?
Yes.
Uses the
And
chain.
that's instead of gears.
I think it uses the
No,
element
that's the chain. That's the bicycle chain around the gears, Mikey. Have a look. It's like a bicycle chain. That's what it is. It's a chain.
You know, where is the Watchfather? Where's Don Haynes when you need him?
Yeah, I know exactly right. So I just wanted to show that to you guys.
Now, how much is that lovely little tourbillon?
Oh well, actually, this is
240,000 American.
Nice.
Okay, so that lovely tourbillon you were speaking about.
Did they give you the box free? Because I'm not buying
actually,
it.
They don't. I don't think they do that box anymore. It's in the Tradition series. Okay, that watch, that particular watch. I'll just pull it up. 7047. Let's have a look here. We're going to get that watch for you on the screen. This is it here. Traditional tourbillon with the fusion chain. You can get it in rose gold or let's pull up the rose gold one. And the price is about $250,000 US, 346,000 AUD to USD. That is $226,000.
You know, I did think of
a lot of money.
I did think of a steel sports watch from Rolex that you would not consider a shitter.
Oh, you did?
I did, and you can't afford it.
Oh, we will go on to that. I just want to show you one other thing here. So this watch here.
Yes.
So this is the rose gold version.
Are you getting one?
No, I can't afford that. How can I afford that? Now they've also got this here. This here is the yellow gold. So yellow gold and rose gold.
Which one?
I'd go definitely rose gold.
Huh.
A little quieter.
Breguet has a full range of models, of course, but
they've got platinum. They got a platinum version. Yellow, platinum, rose.
Wow. I don't even know what
they've
that
got two different versions of rose, different and this is a platinum, rose, and yellow. Okay, that's very interesting. A few different variations on this here.
Could be a bit delicate, I think.
I'm not a fan of this architecture. Just with the
Mike, this is like we've just let me explain this to you, Marky. We've
Archie.
Just pulled up in a Lamborghini. He says, "I'm not a fan of this architecture." Mike,
I know. That's exactly it's inane,
Mikey,
right? It's stupid.
Mikey, you're out of your mind. This is it. This is it.
Well, I just your white Breguet with the plain 3-hander. Like I prefer that over this. I just don't like the blocky architecture with the arms and stuff and the small clock, offset. I'm just this particular line from Breguet. I'm not a big fan of. They do have other watches that I like very much, but
you're not a Breguet man. You're a Rolex man.
Most definitely. But I still can appreciate Breguet.
I wouldn't want to get into a motorcycle accident wearing this Breguet.
No,
I feel like a Submariner could handle it.
Well, when I wrecked my motorcycle and literally had it ripped off of my wrist by the street and destroyed it, my jeweler gave me $3,000 for the remnants, and it was still working. It was still running, but it was fucked up. He bought it for parts.
So he says.
Well, I mean, the bracelet was toast. The case was toast. The bezel was missing. Couldn't find it, and the crystal was severely scratched, and it was torn up.
Tore up from the floor up.
Tore up from the floor up, straight up.
Word.
Word.
I must admit, this new Breguet here
See,
is absolutely
this one
fucking
I
gorgeous.
like. I like
that.
this one.
That
That's a
is, I
Torbjorn
love the Breguet logo, applied logo,
You
adventure
know,
and
I gotta
dial.
confess, the Rolex logo is painted on. The coronet is applied, I think, but the logo, the word Rolex is painted on, and I think the applied is nicer.
Marky.
Yeah, tell me.
Please,
that tourbillon, wow. With the
Marky.
Yeah,
whatchamacallit,
what do you think of the architecture there, Mike?
I like this architecture very much so. And what do they call it? Aventurine dial. I love every
Because they've
fucking
got a
thing
swatch
about
group.
this watch.
That Aventurine has been used in Omegas, hasn't it, Mark?
As
I like
But this is
everything about this
next
watch.
level.
green,
Next level.
green is the new
Next
blue.
level.
What
This is
size
some-
is it? What size is this watch?
I think Mikey. I think it's 40 mil.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, this is very fine horology.
Yes.
It's 345,000. Now, if you had a choice of this one or the chain, what would you pick?
Well,
that one.
Mikey's taking that one. I'm taking the Fusilier chain movement.
You must admit, the bike chain, that is pretty cool, don't you think,
It's a little.
Marky?
I feel like horologically speaking, it's a little more special.
Which one would Bill Sanders approve more of?
Bill Sanders wouldn't be able to pronounce either of them, and but I feel like Bill and I would buy the same one. He would copy me.
Yeah, Bill's a great guy.
Is he?
I just wanted to show you that there.
Is he really though?
Sorry?
I said, is he really a great guy though?
No,
I mean,
just being polite. Okay.
Thank you. I feel better now.
However, Lange, are you a Lange man, Marky? Are you a
I
Lange or a Breguet?
Ooh. Well, I do like the Odysseus.
Oh, fuck. That's
I know,
like being a
I
Patek
know,
fan and saying you like an
It's like
Aquanaut
the
or a
Cu-
Nautilus.
it's like the Cubitus. Well, it's their lower end steel, watch. But I gotta confess, I like it because it's got the day and the date with big numerals, and quite frankly, I like the Cubitus. So, but other than that, if I was getting a Lange, if I had to say, okay, what Lange is like, at the top of the heap, it'd be the Zeitwerk minute repeater. I'll be honest with you.
Ooh.
And that thing costs more than those Breguets does.
Wow.
Look it up, man. The Lange Zeitwerk minute repeater. I want to say it's $500,000 US.
Oh, minute repeater, anything
Holy
minute repeater.
shit.
Yeah,
Minute repeater is amazing, don't you think?
it is.
But Breguet makes a better minute repeater. You know that, don't you?
I don't know that. Do they really?
They got the music box. Bach. It plays fucking Bach.
Yeah. No, okay.
Come
that's
on.
pretty cool. Okay, I'll see you.
Come on, work with me, not against me, big boy.
Back the truck up. I'll see your ding, 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 and I'll raise you the concerto.
We got a super chat. We got another super chat.
Super chat.
MK85.
Super chat.
He's asking about a Rolex. He's asking about a
Lunette
Rolex. He's asking about a Rolex. 126619. That's the
Bluesy.
That's the Smurfy. That's the
it's the Smurfy.
126619 LB.
That's nice.
Bring it up. Bring it on the screen. That's
gotta
the
tell
Cookie
you.
Monster. Cookie Monster.
MT85 that takes big balls to wear that watch for multiple reasons. That's a big baller watch, I think.
Now he's saying 126619 LB is a daily for me. Who cares about scratches? I think, look, nobody likes to deliberately scratch their watch.
But you got to enjoy it.
But the thing is, what needs to be done is
Yes. What should be done? Slip covers? Should you put stickers on it? I took a lot of shit
No,
for stickers on my
you
Goldie.
should just intentionally put a big scratch on it so
Get it
that
over with.
it already has its first
Look,
Just
I
scratch.
get it
think
over with.
Then you won't
I
be
think this is
tripping
a
about little
beautiful watch.
scratches.
I think it's a beautiful watch. The only thing is, it just shows you how much more beautiful the fucking yellow gold version
I
is.
got to be honest with you. This is what I think. If you have the balls to spend $40,000 on a gold watch and not have anybody know it's gold, and you're like comfortable with stealth wealth, you have got ginormous gonads. And I applaud people who
But
can
it's an
do that.
oxymoron, Mark. Mark, it's an oxymoron.
I wouldn't do it.
If you
I wouldn't
like,
do it.
this is like having a Lamborghini, but you don't want to. You know what I mean? The type of person who buys a gold Rolex, they want to shout. I got a
Not,
gold Rolex,
not this one.
fuckface.
Not this one. This one
They
is
want to
if you
make
know.
stupid songs with AI. They want to call it a dancer. What sort of dancer was it?
I don't
All
know.
gold dance, solid gold dancer.
Not this one. This one is stealth wealth. This one is if you know, you know.
Yeah, but they don't buy Rolex. If you want stealth wealth, you buy a Patek. Or
Some
I
people,
mean, seriously, the
I
world
admire.
time. What
Listen,
would
I
you rather
admire
have, the world time or the Smurf?
the Smurf because of the Rolex. I admire this watch a lot. I admire the people who buy it. I am not up to this one. I'm spending 40 grand on a watch. I want you to know I spent 40 grand on the watch. So I applaud people who can wear this, who will buy this. I do. I admire it, and I wish I was like you, but I'm not. I'm way more shallow than it
Yeah,
than it takes to wear to rock this
I
one.
like the white gold personally, but if it were going to be yellow gold, and I were in the market for a yellow gold diver, I would be really also considering the 50 fathoms in solid gold, in yellow gold. You know,
We got another super chat here.
Super chat. Super
So
chat.
I got to be honest with you, but it's good to see. Let me say, MT85. It is absolutely fantastic to see somebody wear this as a daily. Mark, you got to
1
hand
minute.
it to him.
Oh,
He wears it as a daily.
yes. No garbage. Everything's good. Yeah, thank
We
you.
got Black Cat 997 $10. My Square
Housekeeping.
G-Shock keeps atomic time.
Housekeeping.
Is a perpetual calendar and has world time functionality. 200-meter water resistant, 6 months solar power reserve, weekend watch. Is this a shitter and why?
I have one.
It's
I have that one in
quartz.
steel. I have the
It's
B5000.
quartz. It's plastic. It's disposable. Okay.
Mine is made of steel. They make one in steel, the B5000.
ooh,
You know, I
Look,
mean, listen, what it is hold on. Let me just
you know,
let me just say this. It's great technology. It's just not horology. It's technology, and it's very, very good. So wear that by all means when you're operating a chainsaw or shooting guns or doing crazy
exactly.
technical stuff. But it's not really horology. It's technology.
Yeah, you're changing the oil in your car, you know, and
It's a great
go,
piece.
the hot
Every,
oil's gonna go dribbling all over it when the drain
ooh,
plug drops.
that's
You
sexy,
know,
Mike.
that's
Let me
that's
tell
when
you
you
what,
want to be wearing that G-Shock, you know.
Mike. Tell me if I'm right. Everyone needs a G-Shock. Everyone.
I agree. I think
Everyone
like
needs.
especially if they have a nice watch,
Yeah.
then they need a counterpart to wear at times when it's not called for to
You're
wear
going
your
on
nice watch.
patrol. You're going on a mission. You're changing the oil. You're pulling out the chainsaw. That's what you
Yeah,
want. You want a G-Shock.
yeah. Although like a sub will handle all of those things, but you just don't want to go there, you
There you
know.
go. Right.
And so yeah, I agree. I may even buy a G-Shock. Hell, I've never even considered it
Oh
until
my
just
God.
this very moment.
No,
But
Mike, don't buy one. It just you just
what's there?
what's at me your address and I'll send you one. I have way too many. I'll just send you one.
All right.
Yeah, just send me
Aren't
your
there?
address.
Um,
Don't buy one. Let me just gift you one. I have like 10 of them. Way too many.
okay, okay.
And that's the other thing. They're like fucking potato chips. Once you buy a G-Shock, then you want one in this color, that color, this configuration, the one that does satellites, the one that does radio control to your Bluetooth phone. It's
Wow.
bad. It's a rabbit hole I dove down there for a while. So I do like my G-Shocks, but I never wear them. So I'm gonna send you one.
I got to
Cool.
tell you,
To
the
you.
reason they suck, anything affordable is a shitter. Okay.
It's also true of
Yeah.
cars. That's why we don't. That's why. Wait a minute. Did you drive a Toyota or a Honda, Archibald?
Yeah, that's a shitter.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. I'm not too proud to admit the truth.
Do
The
you,
truth
what,
is the truth.
what about
It's not
Okay.
it's not a sin.
What about
You know?
generic ice cream versus premium ice cream?
Oh, that's
100%. If you're going to get
definitely a
fat,
sin.
you're going to put the calories on. You want to do it with premium shit. You know?
100%. Especially
Premium,
if you have diabetes.
premium squeeze. Premium
Yeah.
squeeze.
If you're gonna break the rules, don't do it with fucking cheap shit. You know,
Gotta be worth the calories.
break them the right way. Break them with style.
What you doing there, Arch?
I'm just finding some article. I found an article I want to show you guys there. So to answer the question, they were shitters, okay? Okay? They
Sorry,
were
Black Cat.
shitters.
What's that?
G-Shock is shitters because it's affordable. You can't have affordable. It's got to be an elite. William Gordrian, €2. Breguet, 7255. Beautiful. Rolex is number 1, Arch. So let's have a look. What is he talking about? Breguet,
7255.
7255. What is the reference? It's not even found.
7255.
Let's see what this is.
7255. What is it? Oh, that's the new one. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the new one. Yeah, that's the new one. Oh, sorry. 7255 side rail. Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
So is this different than the one you showed earlier?
No, that's the same, mate.
Oh, okay. So it is the same tourbillon with the venturine dial and all that. Yeah. I love this watch. What's not to love about it, man? It's
325,000 Australian dollars, and it can be yours.
Yeah, exactly.
If I were you, I would just take the G-Shock I'm gonna send you instead.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna go for that route.
Get me your address somehow. Email me. I think we've emailed before, you and me. Archie will give you my WhatsApp. Just text Archie later, and he'll give you my WhatsApp.
Sure. I'm not on WhatsApp, but
Mark Goldberg 8@gmail.com.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me write this down.
Mark with a C. Mark Goldberg 8@gmail.com. For all you nutballs out there that want to contact me, Goldberg 8@gmail.
I gotta say something. So we got another super chat here. Rich Mitch, member for 1 month. What do you think of the new Mediterranean Blue OP? Mediterranean Blue.
It's a flat blue. It's not the sunburst blue of the previous gen. It's a flatter blue. It's not. I think it's nice. What do you think? Call it up. Let's have a look.
Just to confirm, is it Mark Goldberg at gmail.com?
No, Mark Goldberg 8, number 8.
Oh, okay, Mark Goldberg 8.
Yeah, because there were 7 others of these motherfuckers besides me.
I see. Okay.
Mark Goldberg 8@gmail.com.
Thank you. I'll be in contact.
Yeah. Just get a hold of me. There is a Mark Goldberg that is a bassoonist, famous bassoonist. There's one that's an eye surgeon. There's one that's a congressional aide, an author, and there's one who is a porn star. I'm
nice.
A little angry it's not me. And then there's the dog trainer. So there's a bunch of us.
Now, is this the Mediterranean Blue, Mark? You're the Rolex man.
You know what? It looks like that's the green.
I thought that's the Mediterranean
Well,
Blue.
I'm seeing this on a phone, so it's very small. But they have the green still that they make, and the pistachio and the blue. Just zoom in on that so I can see better. Zoom in. Oh, I think that is the blue, or is it the green?
Yeah, it's a special.
There it is. That's the blue. They make the green
blue?
and the blue. I think so.
Wow.
Very hard for me to tell.
Okay, so that's the
green.
question. I actually really like that blue.
That must be the blue, because the green is green.
The green is much greener. Yeah, that's the blue.
There's no doubting that's green.
I mean, I think it's a nice.
What do I think of it? I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's a lovely. color. I'd probably pick. My choice would be the. Oh fuck! I think
Green.
that blue is really nice,
The
actually.
pistachio. You know the hot one though is the pistachio.
I like the coral.
That's
That's the
not. They don't.
pistachio there.
It's
You
this.
mean?
Yeah, the coral's discontinued. The
They
pistachio.
call it med
Oh
blue.
shit!
Med blue. Mediterranean blue. There we go. That is it. That is it. I love it. I love it personally.
Huh, that's a nice blue.
Yeah.
It replaces the sunray blue, the dark sunray blue. The one that for whatever reason seems to be the hard to get one this year in the OP41 or any of the OPs is that pistachio. Why that's the hot color, don't know, but it seems to be.
Yeah, it doesn't really do much for me.
Does
Pistachio.
We got another
nothing
super
for
chat. MT85 bought it for myself, not to show off. Okay, this is what he's saying. He bought it for himself, not to show
Well,
off.
he's talking about the Cookie Monster or the Smurf. I think it was the Smurf.
Okay.
You know, the white gold Submariner, and you know that's obvious. Like definitely,
Yeah.
it's not a show-off watch. I mean,
No,
look, it's a Rolex.
When he
It
wants
kind
to
of
show
is.
off,
you don't
goes
buy
for
white gold to flex.
12615 CHNR. Let's bring that bad. Why doesn't
And that's
it
what I'm
come up?
saying. Like, if you got the balls to buy a watch that expensive just for yourself and not to show it off, well, I salute you.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I want the snob appeal if I'm spending that much money.
Yeah.
It's a baller watch, really it is.
So he's got the root beer. It's the root beer.
Well, that's a show.
This is the root beer when he wants to show off. Yeah.
And
I
you know
must
what?
admit,
It's subdued because it's pink gold, because it's a rose gold. It's relatively subdued for gold.
Yeah, the bezel
Yeah,
doesn't
the funny
really
thing
make
is-
it doesn't contrast enough, you know?
the funny thing is, you know, a lot of watches, when you see a solid gold watch, of course, there's so much gold plating out there, people don't
Yeah.
assume it's solid gold.
You're
Yeah,
100%
they think it's a Michael Kors right off the
You
bat.
know what? That's so true. I think my gold sub, my bluesy gold sub, looks a hell of a lot like an Invicta. I really think that. And the
Yeah.
CHNR, it's much more unique because of the. I love that root beer. I have the two-tone version, and I love it. It is a little flash because it's gold and it shows, but it's a calmer gold than the yellow gold is very, very bright in Rolex.
Yeah. I got to say to you, Mark,
Mm.
if I had I think the best gold Rolex is the Submariner. I think that is bang per buck. If you want value, I think the most fancy, because I like the contrast of yellow, gold, and blue. I think that's
Yeah.
a very nice
Super
combo.
bright. Yeah, very
Just
very
like
flat.
with rose gold, I really love rose gold with black or brown.
What about the Yachtmaster in
No,
yellow?
like the Breguet Type 21. That's a brown chocolate dial. We've got to, I got to be honest with you. I think, you know, how many MT85, how many watches do you have? You must admit, that is a pretty baller watch. You get a Smurf and a root beer. Fuck,
I mean,
do you
really.
need much more than that, Mark?
Do you know what? That is a 2-watch collection that's pushing 6 figures. You know, if you
Yeah.
think about it, it's like tucking right up to 6 figures for a 2-watch collection. You know that and the G-Shock, and you're just done.
Pretty much.
100% right, Marky. 100%
That's
right.
when you've won the Mega Millions Lotto, and you know, you're able to just pick and choose whatever you want.
Well, I have more than that tied up in watches, but I've got it spread across, you know, like a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a baller to spend that much on a pair.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
It's just financially, I'm never gonna reach that level. So it's
Marky, don't ever
my
say
only
no.
chance
Don't
is
ever
the
say no, Mikey.
the lottery.
Don't
or
ever say
nothing.
no, Mikey. Do you realize if you sell a lobe of your liver, it will regenerate?
Really?
Yeah, you could sell liver, chunks of your liver every 5 to 10 years.
Wow. And my liver's excellent too. I just got my
Nice.
blood panel back, and everything checks
All right.
out
Well,
as
you
excellent.
go on, just go on eBay.
What about selling a kidney? You probably get more for
I
a
don't know. Well, you
kidney.
have diabetes. I don't think they take diabetic kidneys.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
I'm not entirely sure. We could check it out.
They probably say the same thing about my liver too.
if there's any, physicians or body snatchers out there in the audience, please let us know. If you'd
It's
like Mark's,
crazy. You hear those stories about people that go to Mexico and they get really drunk and they wake
they
up in the
wake up with
morning in
scar.
a tub
Yeah.
full of ice cubes, and they got a big giant scar on their side,
Right.
and like somebody knocked them out and took their kidney and fucking sewed them back up. And
Do you know what? I got to tell you something seriously, really. The thing is, Marky,
Mm-hmm.
you got to respect a man. Let's face it. If you had to pick a 3 Rolex combo deal, white gold, Smurf, or Daytona, I'd possibly. See, that's a tricky combo. Yellow gold, you definitely go for the sub.
Yeah.
Root beer, rose gold. I agree with that. What's the best bracelet? White gold. See, I don't think it's the Smurf. I think white gold bracelet. Fuck. What would you pick?
Well, hold on. White gold bracelet. What watches do they make on white gold that are not? Well, hang on. Do they make a
Yacht
Jubilee?
Master. The Yacht Master. The Oyster Flex.
Yeah, but
yeah,
no,
rubber.
Christ, who wants to buy a gold watch on a rubber strap?
Rubber.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no.
No.
I'm just trying to think if they make a gold Jubilee, and I don't think they do.
You don't think they
Wait,
make a
hold
white
on.
gold Jubilee? I
Hmm.
thought they did. Maybe.
I don't know. We'd have to look. You know what? We found a deficit
I
in my
just
knowledge.
I just always assumed that it existed.
There's a deficit in my knowledge. We need to look and see if the GMT, the white gold meteorite dial GMT is available on anything other than the Oyster. Then we'll know. That's how we know.
Really?
Go to Rolex.com, Archibald.
Yes.
Like, what about the Yacht Master?
We're going to go to Rolex.com. What are we
The
going
Yacht
to look
Master's
up
on an
here?
Oyster bracelet. That's all.
Oh, it's on an Oyster. Okay.
What do we want?
We want Rolex.com, and we want to go to GMT, and we want to find the well, actually, you can go to the white gold Sprite and see what the bracelet options are for the white gold. It was the first one I showed.
White gold Jubilee is what we're looking for, right?
Yeah, because they've put the left-hander now out. The Sprite is available in steel and also now in gold with a Hulk dial.
Ah, interesting. Yes. It's funny how Rolex makes changes, but really doesn't make changes.
This is it here, I think.
Yeah, go to that one and let's see if we can configure it. And what we want to configure is we want to see what bracelet options are available. And I want to see if it comes with, if there's a Jubilee option. I don't
non two-tone too.
Well, it's only white gold. This thing is what, left-hander white gold. You got to go for the left.
We want white gold, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Correct. There's the CHMR.
That's all.
Easel.
But do they make it with it's not available with a Jubilee?
There it is. Now configure that fucker and see if there's a bracelet option. I don't think there's gonna be.
No, it's only on Oyster.
So what I'm telling you is I don't think there's a white gold Jubilee bracelet.
You might be right about that, Mark.
I don't think so. Now there's one other place you can look.
What about a white gold day? Isn't that kind of
well, that's true. That's a presidential bracelet. They do make for sure.
That's kind of Jubilee-esque.
No, it's not Jubilee. It's president. It's a different bracelet, but nonetheless,
yeah, it is. It's got different links and stuff. Yeah,
it's nice. It's nice, and it's not an Oyster. But Arch, if you want to see if there's a Jubilee one, I don't think there is. You need to now configure yourself to the white gold meteorite dial GMT.
Yes, the white gold
meteorite dial, and and then see. There you go, and then see if there's a bracelet option for that. I don't think there is.
No, I don't think there is either. It's only on.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we can confidently say there is no white gold Jubilee
Look
bracelet.
at that. Did you see what it said there? It said
Mm.
the Oyster Perpetual GMT-Master 2 and 18K white gold with a meteorite dial and an oyster. It doesn't say choice of bracelets. You see what I
that
mean?
thing is. Do you know how hard to get that thing? What's the price? I think it's like 50, and I think it's
75.
very.
So what's that? It's about 50 US.
Yeah, about 50 US, and I think it's super hard to get. They get them.
We've got another super chat here. Michael G, $10. Archie, what do you guys think of the 116509 meteorite? So that's the Daytona. Just bought one at 2007. 2007. That would be a good. The funny thing with Rolex, I was talking to a friend of mine who deals in watches, right? And he said the age of the watch seems to make a big difference with Rolex buyers. They treat these watches like cars. They really like newer ones, even though it's the same reference.
Well,
they
yeah,
really.
I think that's true until you start getting into neo vintage. In
Yeah,
other words,
you get
if you're buying a Hulk, they like one that's 2000 like 20.
Now the interesting thing is, Michael G, what dial did you have? I assume you had the blue dial.
It says meteorite.
Oh fuck! He said, "Sorry, I how did I?"
I didn't even know they made that. Yeah. So what is it? White gold? Because I don't think they put meteorite on. I didn't really. I'm trying to think if I knew there was a meteorite Daytona. And I'm not sure.
I know there's a mother of pearl one.
Doesn't Marcelo own a meteorite Daytona?
We don't mention him because he's a grub.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Marcelo's a grub.
He's a grub. He's a larva.
Sorry.
We don't mention him because he's just an asshole, and assholes shouldn't be allowed to have nice watches.
Okay.
Sorry, Bill
let's
Sanders.
go take it. Let's go take it away from him.
I wouldn't go that far. Oh, here we go. There is a meteorite. Look at this.
Wow.
116509 meteorite.
How much? What do they want for it? It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
Does Michael G say what he paid for it? Can you scroll down and finish his super chat? I can't read it off for some reason.
No, he doesn't. He says, Archie, what do you guys think of the 116509 meteorite? I just bought one, a 2007, excellent condition, box papers, tags for daily. For me, the white gold is all about the quiet wealth.
Spectacular. That's beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
That's
How
amazing.
could you not love it?
That is a true fuck off.
Tell me this.
True fuck off.
How could you not love that sort of watch? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's the meteorite that makes it special.
See, I compulsively have to ask people when I go to the store. I see a nice watch. I'm like, excuse me, do you mind if I ask what kind of watch you're wearing? If I saw this, exactly. But no, steel or gold. If I saw this watch, it would definitely be I'd have to ask them. And if I found out that it were white gold, I would be like even more impressed.
What age do you think is acceptable to start wearing solid gold? Mark, you've got a solid gold. I've got a couple. Do you consider my Pateks and Breguets to be solid gold if they are on leather straps?
Well, yeah, of course they are. Yes, they're gold watches.
They're missing out on so much, though.
In you asked what age to wear gold. In Miami, the rich 30-year-olds are wearing gold. Gold is very Miami.
But that's what you call a douchebag. They call it douchebag.
I don't know. I think I feel like if you can afford it, flaunt it, enjoy. I mean, I respect people who make their own money, but money is money. Doesn't matter if you inherit it, trust fund baby. If you made your own,
or stole it.
It all spends, or you stole it. It all spends the same way. I gotta say, I have a certain satisfaction from having, like made mine, but there's an awful lot of generational wealth that you can't shake a fist at. Anyway, these people should enjoy their watches and their money, and I don't know, buy a gold watch. Gold Rolex is just like louder than a gold Breguet. Gold Rolex says, "Look at me." Breguet says, "Excuse me, could you pass the grey poupon and the
Exactly.
That's all.
Just a little more subdued.
Gold Rolex, new money. Gold Breguet, old money.
Yeah.
We got another super chat, $2 from MT85. Now this is a president reference, Mark. President reference. Rolex. This is a 228239 white gold president.
It's all the white gold.
You know what? I've always thought this was always a bit of a compromise. I'm sorry. The thing is, why would you buy a president? You know what I really love? My favorite president is either the yellow gold with the green dial, or the rose gold with the Eisen-Kaizen dial. Stone dial.
Yeah.
Are the bracelets the same?
Yeah, they are.
They're all president.
They have those really rounded, bulbous links.
Well, it's called the presidential bracelet, or the.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael G says he paid $40,000.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Okay.
Let's have a look on Chrono.
I mean, it depends on when. These days,
got a good deal or not.
I believe
Rolex 16509.
That's a desirable dial, though. You got to remember that dial is kind of desirable. So you can find, I'm sure, white gold presidents for day dates for less.
Okay, well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, so we're starting at the bottom here. This is in US dollars. US dollars, Marky. US dollars. Let's have a look what we can get one for. So you can get one for 29.
Hey, do you think could you start talking in an American accent for a few minutes? Just do everything in American.
Dollars. Okay, so let's have a look. 30s, mid 30s. We're moving to mid 30s. Okay, we got Mother of Pearl coming in mid 30s. Okay, that's diamond as well. Mother of Pearl. We got the racing dial coming up. Racing dial. Okay, racing. Fuck, there's a lot of these for sale, Mark. Look at this.
Whoa. I thought you said these were presidents. You're looking at Daytonas.
No. This is what Michael G. He's talking about he's just sent a super
I got
chat.
you. Okay, gotcha.
For his, we're just trying to see. He paid $40,000. We're just going to see if he got a good deal
for a meteorite.
Okay, here we go. There's a meteorite there.
You got a good deal.
Okay, $40,000. Okay, that's a newer one.
Yeah, this is like 20 years old almost.
2007.
It's fairly legal.
Yeah,
Mike. It's fairly legal.
This here is no papers. Okay, so if you have, this is a good question. Would you rather get a newer one, 2016, or would you rather have a 2007 with papers?
Papers. You need papers on a meteorite dial. You need papers.
What do you reckon?
You need papers. There's so much value in that dial that the dial could be aftermarket, or
Yeah.
Now, has the color come off? Is that how it's supposed to be?
What do you mean the color's not going to come off of a meteorite?
Is the black in there on that bezel?
Oh, that can happen. The color can the paint can
Does it
chip
normally
out.
have color there or not?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, let's just have a look here. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, it does. See, look, see there. They've all got black.
Yeah.
This has been it's been a little bit polished. See the blacks come off.
It'll chip out of there, or if you polish it.
Can you understand what I'm saying, Mark?
I do. I'm just saying I would not buy that watch without papers under any circumstances. If it was a regular Submariner or something like that, yes, sure. I mean, I bought a Pepsi naked with no papers.
Can't you just get service papers later, Mark?
You know what? How are they going to authenticate that dial? That dial? No, I wouldn't do it. I would stick to a box of papers.
What do you think of the blue? Do you hate the blue?
No, I like the blue.
That's Remember, Mr. Zoso had that blue.
You know what? They don't make a Daytona that I hate. I'm a little the one that I like the least. I don't hate it, but I like the least is a two-tone
Look at the ghost.
Daytona,
Look at this one here.
two-tone
How's that
Daytona
for a
white
dial?
dial. I think it's great.
I just don't like Daytonas.
Funny, I got one. I never
You
wear
know,
it,
the funny thing is they wear a lot smaller than a sub. They're supposed to be 40 mil, but they
but
wear
they're
smaller.
not. They wear like a 38.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they don't have.
I have
Here
a
we go.
big,
Let's have a
beautiful
look.
wrist, and they just don't wear right for me. A little small. Mind you, when they went to ceramic, it has more wrist presence than it used to. And
Okay.
I think the newest one wears slightly larger than the previous version with the ceramic.
Okay. I tried to put one on, but the bracelet was had links removed, so I couldn't even get
Yeah,
it
I think 40 was good
on.
buying. What do you reckon, Mark?
I think
40,000 for the.
Boxer
Thank you.
Papers, I think he did great.
Yeah, I think he nailed it on the nose. Paid what he should have for it.
MT85, $2. This is the ultimate Invicta. Holy
Lunette,
fuck. What's an
Lunette Bleu.
Invicta doing
Yeah.
in this conversation
Well, it's
here?
not. This is a Rolex reference, but let's
This
see
is
which one.
sort of dirty. Invicta. No, it's not a Rolex reference.
Isn't it?
1 3
That's an
6
actual
6
Invicta. Oh
6
Christ.
8
It's gonna look
LB.
like
Let's have a
it's gonna look
look.
like my what? It's gonna look like my gold Rolex.
Oh
I
no,
told you, Mike.
that's the deep sea reference.
Ah, okay. I told you it was a Rolex. I told you. You didn't want to
No,
listen.
you were right. Sorry, I dismissed you. I'm sorry.
You did do.
Sorry,
It
I
was
dismissed you.
it was
You
the
were
LB that
under.
got me because that is Lunette Bleu. Blue Bezel.
You know what? Only thing I don't like about this, I don't like the back. Do you like that
It's
back? It
no, I
doesn't.
hate that. I know, look, for technical reasons you can't Mike is the guy who knows metals. And Mike, apparently you could not do gold to gold there, and they needed to do gold to titanium to manage the spec, but it looks funny.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We got another super chat here. Frank V, $5. Thoughts on my two-tone Bumblebee Sea Dweller? Is two-tone a broke man solid gold sub? Definitely no. Let me say that. I had the two-tone bluesy. I had solid gold. I think the two-tone Bumblebee Sea Dweller it's an amazing watch. It's an amazing. Why would you? I think the problem with Rolex is you got a lot of douchebags there. And they kind of they want to throw their weight around. You know what I mean? Like really.
Are we any worse than Breguet men riding around on chain bicycles with a white linen suit and a pencil
Well,
mustache? A
do you
pencil
know why they have
mustache?
a chain bicycle? It's to promote the Fusian chain.
Why are they wearing a
It
white
wasn't
linen
an
suit?
e-bike, was it? With a big fucking battery in it.
Why did he have to wear a pencil mustache and a white linen suit?
He's on one of
I
those
get it.
bicycles with the big giant
mean,
front wheel
I'm just
and
gonna
no
say,
chain.
I'm just going to the toilet. I'll be back.
Why don't you take us with you? All right,
Uh-huh.
Mike, this is our opportunity. We could talk shit about him now.
No.
All right, Mikey. Well, listen, here's my plan for tonight. I'm in a hotel in New Jersey. I'm sober now. I had a cocktail when I came back, and I don't know about you, but I'm a lightweight. So I had one cocktail in Manhattan, and I was a little loopy, but I'm better now, so I could drive. Mike, there's an Irish pub right down the street. What do I want? Do I want shepherd's pie, or do I want fish and chips?
Oh, fish and chips.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, fish and chips if they do them well.
Yeah, I mean the picture looked good. I checked them out on Google. It looked good.
Shepherd's pie's a good staple. You know,
Yeah.
it's a good fallback always. You know, because it's just
It's
a
true.
meat pie. It's always good. But fish and chips, if done well, you know, comparing those two particular things, my choice would be fish and chips first.
I think you might be right. I mean, after all, fish and chips. Now that I think about it, it's an array of fried delights. You know.
Yeah,
shepherd's pie
and
is like, yeah.
if their tartar sauce is really good, you know, like
I do love a good
and
tartar.
you got the malt vinegar you can throw on it, and you know there's so many flavor options that can go along with it, and they come with usually with a big thing of fries, you know. So
Yeah, this is all true.
um, man,
I got to tell you something, guys.
safe.
Tell us.
The Bumblebee, I think, is the most. This is what I think Mike would love.
It's a chunky watch. I think Mike could pull it off.
Yeah, I think because the two-tone, I think this is perfection. Is it a broke man solid gold sub? No, it's completely. I think the two-tone is so usable. It's so usable. So usable. In many ways, I really do miss my two-tone bluesy I had. I think that was a great watch.
What do you miss more, the Bluesy or the Explorer 2 Polar?
Bluesy.
Yeah. I would too. I have a Polar Explorer, but and I like it, but oh God, look at me pulling an Archie. I'm in bed. So many times you broadcast exactly like this.
I need to get one of those watches in my hands and on my wrist before I can like make any comments about the Explorer Polar, because like initially I don't
like it.
it's not my favorite Rolex.
You might be surprised.
I might like, yeah, that's why I'm saying I have to hold back on making any kind of comments because I have yet to really check one out you know, in hand up close.
Well,
so
we got a super chat. William Gaudry and €2. Mark is a Rolex man, but not as much as me. Sorry.
Now wait, I have a question, William Gaudry. Am I not as much of a Rolex man as you, or not as much of a man as you? I think he meant Rolex man.
Yeah. We got William Gaudry and €6. Mark, how much Rolex? Mark owned how much Rolex, but my days are only Rolex, nothing more. So William's just Rolex.
Yeah,
Mark,
I have a lot of other stuff too.
You've got a lot of Rolex, but I am a Rolex holic, but only watches. But also, all there is of the brand, I have a museum.
Oh,
William
that's true.
Gaudry.
Yeah, he does.
He has the museum. Let's bring that.
You know, his museum is bizarrely impressive. But if I recall, William has got all of the swag. He's got the shrine. But I actually own more Rolex watches than you do, William. But you have all the side stuff, the bits, the bobs, the pieces, the cases, the display stuff, which I think is super cool. But I've got more watches. I think I have 13 of them now. I really need to pare it back. I have too
you have
many
13 Rolexes. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but I think
I'm just going to bring that up on the screen.
You know when you throw that G-Shock in a box, you know,
throw a rollie in there with it.
Yeah, you can let one of those rollies like slip into the box while you're there.
You know?
So put the Rolex in to protect the G-Shock.
I will send you a Folex. Don't you worry.
Let me ask you something, Marky. If a museum, right? A museum like this.
I think that's amazing. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
Archie, I've sent you pictures. Satan's Kitten has case after case after case of stuff like that, but filled with like Legos, Transformers, anime, the stuffed toys that you sent him. He's got like maybe 10 to 15 cases, stuff exactly like that, but with his collectibles. So I'm used to living around things like that, and the way it's lit up and all, I actually think that's very, very beautiful.
Yeah, no, there's that type of collector that does that. You know, they have a case and it's designated for certain thing and it's lit up and
you got to run all that
specific.
That kind of collection actually is very hard to acquire, I think, because you have to run all those little individual pieces down. And you can get a little bit of swag out of an AD if they really like you, but mostly he's buying this stuff at auction or at estate sales. It would take a lot of time to pull that together.
Yes, agreed.
We got a super chat from Rodent 3, $5. Sorry, don't think I can make it to Brisbane next week. Rodent 3,
Oh.
I'll be in Sydney on the weekend, Saturday. I'll be there in Sydney. Yeah.
Dodging, what does it
I will
say?
be deep in the New South Wales snowy mountains dodging avalanches.
Oh, he's
Good
going.
on you.
He's going
I'll be in
skiing.
Sydney on Saturday.
Well, maybe you girls can get together. Pull it together there, Jen Tingler. Pull it together.
Definitely. I'd like to see him. I love him.
Of course you do. You got to take him over to Dan Murphy's and get his account reactivated. What you got to do.
Exactly.
Dan Murphy's cut him off. We don't know why.
I got to tell you guys something. With these watches itself, how old were you, Mark? No disrespect, when you got your yellow gold sub.
Oh, that was recent. I mean, 3 years ago.
What made you get it? What was the defining point?
You know, that's a little bit of a funny story. I'll try and make it brief. I wasn't I wasn't stalking. You know how, we normally like think about a watch, we get it into our head, we try and put it out, it won't go away. We look at it, we think about it, we look at it on Chrono, we find it again on Instagram, we watch a million YouTube videos. I didn't do that with that watch at all. The AD called me and he said, "Come on, swing by here if you get the chance. I want to show you something that you might like." And that's how it happened. So, I mean, I hate to admit it, but it was a little bit of an impulse purchase, and it was a huge one. But my AD, he knows me, and
But
he just
it's a 40. It's not a 41.
yes, but I bought it at the tail end of I bought it. I want to say whatever the last year of the 40 was. It was when I bought it. It was new and current production.
Was it the M or the Z?
No, they use a
Do you
random
remember?
number, Mike. They don't use that
It's
anymore, Mike.
scrambled numbers.
Random numbers, so you
Yeah,
can't
like-
do that.
But back then, didn't
No.
No, Mike,
Oh,
it
really?
hasn't
Okay.
been random. It's been random numbers since 2009.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Thank
listen,
you.
I don't remember what year it was, but I can tell you this. Look up whatever the last year was of that 40, and I bought it like that year or the year before. So what is it? Maybe it's 4 years. I don't even think it's 5 or 6. I think at most it's 4 years ago. That 41 millimeter is pretty new with the white writing. I've got the 40 millimeter with the gold writing, which by the way, on the used market sells for $3,000 to $4,000 less than the 41. I think it's a sweet spot. It's the best price. It's a really
September
nice-
2020, the Rolex Submariner 41
There we go.
in 2020.
So then I would have bought it early in 2020 or late in 2020.
Yeah, early 2020.
So I guess it's about 5 years I have it then. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Time flies. Things that happened to me 10 years ago seems like it was yesterday. So it's a little hard to,
Tempest Fugit.
it's it does. And when you get older, it fuges faster.
Oh, yeah.
Ronan 3, $5. I'll be in Sydney on Saturday. I'll message you and we can meet up.
Look
You
at that.
bet you.
And you can slurp Jin's noodle. Just for fun.
100%, man.
For those of you who are wondering what slurp the noodle means, it means soup because Archibald finished Mackenzie's soup and ate his noodles. We're not talking about anything, nothing nasty.
You guys are going
We
up
haven't seen
for
Mackenzie
faux,
for ages, have we?
faux noodles.
I should text him. The last time I had any contact with Mackenzie was probably, maybe 8 months ago, and he sounded like he was doing good. So I'll check.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy. Mackenzie's a great guy.
I will let him know you said so.
It's been a difficult. We got another super. Let's have a look there. So, Ronan, I'd love to catch up with you. I got to tell you, what age do you think is appropriate to wear gold? And Marky, at what age do you say, "Fuck it, I'm wearing the good shit now"?
Man, I don't know if it's an age thing. It's like cultural too. Like if you're in the Miami part of the world, they wear gold very young. The rest of the states probably 50.
Yeah.
It's so. But I think culturally, you see an awful lot of gold chains, gold rings, gold watches in Miami in younger people.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel like do whatever the fuck you want that you could afford. I don't think there should be a rule.
Agreed.
Yeah, you don't think there should be a rule, but I got to tell you, Marky, I think there is a bit of a stigma, like two-tone.
Well, it used,
Uh,
used to be two-tone used to be the old man watch, but I don't think it is anymore.
yeah.
Two-tone was the old fogey watch. I don't think so anymore. I think the two-tone now has gotten to be so good, especially since they went with the solid links and the ceramic bezel. The
I'm
two-tone has
just
just
pinning the
gotten
link.
so much better.
Mm.
The link.
Oh, we missed out on Narc. Wow.
How'd that happen?
Jeez. That's a benefit of not pinning the link. Narc. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We got Jeff Sigmund, $5. Would you guys prefer a
Good job.
large collection of mediocre Rolex or 2 to 3 Grail watches that are mega values and special for whatever reason? Oh, that's actually a really good question.
I have an answer, but I want you to go first.
I reckon 2 to 3 Grails would be better. And
All
don't
right.
forget too, Jeff, a Grail is different. Like a working guy, just a normal guy, a Grail to him can be a no-date sub. Like, you know, our good friend Timely, he's quite well off, but he's got to be careful with his pennies. He's got kids, he's got etc. etc. Whereas a wealthy guy, he would say a yellow gold Submariner is ordinary, where he would say, you got to get the diamond one, you got to get this, you got to have the special. There's never a stopping point. And then a super wealthy would say, fuck Rolex, it's Richard Lange or Nautilus, or, you know, it never stops. But I would say, generally speaking, I think you are much better off to have quality over quantity. But each to his own. Some people prefer having a big collection. Other people prefer a few really nice. One thing I'll say is this. I've found when I personally have had a bigger collection, I don't wear the really good stuff, which is a fucking travesty.
See, I
And
think the
I'll tell
problem
you this, I saw a great advertisement, a great video on Facebook, and it said, whenever I see a low mile Porsche, I know they haven't won. They have not won. Does that make sense? Like you got to, you know, Mark, what do you think?
Well,
What do you think?
what I think is this question. It's a trick question. It's a trick question because there is no such thing as a mediocre Rolex.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Like, how many
Yeah, but what he
mediocre
means is,
Rolexes are
do you
there
have
out
like a
there,
I
really?
triple
know what
Cape
he
cast,
means.
an Oyster Perpetual,
I
or
know
do
what
you
he
have?
means.
Well,
What he
I
means
know
is, you want a
if
shitty
I
Rolex that costs 10 grand, or do you want a Lange that costs 125? I get it. He's
if
saying he's better. He's saying he's better than us. That's what he's saying. And look, here's the thing. I mean, just speaking for myself, and then Mikey, I totally want to hear what you're going to say. But what I'm going to say
okay,
is, there's two types of horologists. Two types of horologists. One spelled the traditional way, and one spelled WHORE horology. And that's me. I'm a horologist, and I'm proud of it. So for me, Rolex kind of at the pinnacle. I don't want to wear these grails that you can't get wet, that you can't bang, that don't fucking hack. Half the Pateks in the world don't hack. I mean, Rolex for me is the perfect pinnacle. Thank you.
well, like if let's say money were not an issue, I know my first initial Grail would still be the Vacheron 4500 blue three-hander that I've always been pining for on a bracelet since 15 years since it first came out. And that would probably be my first purchase. And then, if money were no issue, I'd probably just stick within buy a shitload of Rolexes first, and then once I Rolexed out, I might venture off into other brands.
I mean, I know Jeff. Listen, here's what Jeff is coming from. He's coming from the standpoint of fine watchmaking. And I mean, that's a good perspective for a watch collector. It's just not mine. I am very shallow, so I like the snob appeal of Rolex, but also I like a truly robust watch, and I don't think you could beat Rolex for that. And,
That's why I love Rolex and Seiko, because to me,
don't say
Yeah,
Seiko.
but let's say, for example,
What's that?
Marky, we could say, okay, in your case, right, you got a whole stack of steel Rolexes, right? Sell them off. You got the yellow gold sub. Let's get a root beer,
I have a root
solid
beer.
gold, and let's
I
get
have
a boom, 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 and let's get a fucking solid gold Daytona.
I have something that's more valuable than, okay, hold on. I have a two-tone root beer, I have a two-tone date, I have a solid gold sub, and I have a panda, which you told me not to get rid of. So which would be better for me? A panda that I don't wear or a solid gold Daytona that I don't wear? I actually think that the steel panda Daytona is probably a little harder to get than the gold one.
It is.
Yeah, that's why I went because it's like that's kind of a they're kind of on equal footing, even though
What year is your panda,
different
Mark?
materials.
Oh, good God, that's a great question. Again, it's not the current iteration. Let me think. I want to say it's between 5 and 6 years old.
Okay. Tell me this.
Yes.
Do you ever see, like, I'll be honest with you, the big problem with having huge collection is they've got potential servicing costs, right?
Yeah, not really. You can wear a Rolex 15 to 20 years without servicing it easily.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I wear a Breguet. I'm a Breguet man, fuckface. I wear Breguet.
I bet your service costs will be more than mine, and I bet your watch is more likely to need service than mine because mine's more robust. Now yours is finer horology. Yours is finer watchmaking, but mine is built to.
I actually, Marky, I tell you honestly, I'm just thinking out aloud. Can I share some thoughts with you?
Can we, Mike? I don't think we can stop him. Go ahead.
I'll cover my ears.
I would like to. I would really like to. I would really like to get rid of my Pam. I want to sell my Pam.
Yeah.
Which I love, by the way. I really love that Pam.
Well, then why sell it? How much do you get for it?
7,000, 7.5 Aussie.
Yeah. I mean, okay, what are you going to put it towards?
No, I don't want to buy anything. But what I want, I just want the money back.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, Mark,
lowering his debt.
Yeah, I am. I want to travel with the money, okay?
Travel? Whoa. Travel, once you do it, it's gone. The watch is sitting in a box or a safe somewhere, and you can pull it back out. You can keep having your money-ish.
I definitely would not do that, Arch. I'd hang on to the watch. And
you're not going to live forever, sunshine.
No. True that.
Where you want to go?
Hey.
I had a good friend of mine. Okay, she just visited her mother, who's early 90s, late 80s. Okay, she's in hospital, not talking, but it's going downhill, right? So let's face it. Most of us, if we can get to 90, that'd be amazing, right?
Right.
Me and you, Marky. Let's be totally honest. I'm 53 in October. That means how many years to 90?
Well, let's see. Would be
30 years. That's if I make it there, right? I might only make it to 70, right?
Well, I got some bad news for you. In the gene pool, I'm on longevity race. Not to spit in the wind, but my dad is 90 and sharp as a tack.
Oh, my grandmother passed away at 100, a month away from 102.
Jeez.
On my father's side.
Start wearing the stuff. That's the whole thing. When do you start wearing it? For me, I'd like to get rid of the Pam. I'm going to give the Speedmaster to my son once he gets his doctorate. I'm going to give him the Seiko once he finishes his. He's got a double bachelor's.
Well, what can we give him the Pam for?
No, the Pam I'm going to sell.
I understand.
And then all I'm going to have is 3 Breguets and 3 Breguets and a Patek. I would possibly get a steel Breg, okay?
Come on. Just nothing counts but gold. And now you're going to get a steel Breguet. You literally just finished telling me to get rid of all my steel and wear only gold. You know what? You cannot go bipolar in like one episode. You can do it from today to tomorrow.
You're right. You know what? You're completely right. Okay, the only thing I would get is probably...
You don't
I
get
like
anything.
watching
You're trying to
Marine.
reduce your debt.
You know the Marine, the dive watch?
Yeah, I like that one. I do. I like that. The Breguet Marine is
Yeah,
probably my
I
favorite
like
one.
that.
And you can get that in steel.
We got a
and
super
bracelet.
chat. MT85, $2 3 grails, 1 daily beater Submariner, 3 grails. That's a good point.
I know what he's going to say. Breguet, and another Breguet, and then the beat sub. You know why? Because he's a Breguet man.
I'd go Patek World Time. I've got my, personally, I think that is, I only want 1 Patek. I can't afford any more, okay? 1 Patek, couple of Breguets. You know, a beater sub would be amazing. I just didn't have the money to do that, okay?
Like he did.
You know, I'd really love a gold sub like you got, Mark.
I know, right? It
They're
is
so
awesome nice.
beautiful. You love it or not?
No, I do. I do love it. I'm glad you
Do you
talked
get
me into
comments when you wear it? Tell me this.
No, you don't want who wants comments on your watch, especially a gold one? You don't want comments. I don't get them. I don't want them. Nobody comments on watches.
I'm the weirdo at the grocery store that does compliment people on their watches.
You know what? Anytime I've mentioned somebody's watch, they either didn't know what I was talking about or they were freaked out thinking I was going to rob them.
That's because they're Rolex douchebags.
I always approach people just like say, "Excuse me, sir," and then I get their attention, and then I go, "Would you mind if I asked what kind of watch you're wearing?"
Excuse me, sir. Would you meet me in the 3rd stall from the left?
Now, 9 times out of 10, they're like, "Oh, it's just a Seiko, or a Timex," and then, but every once in a while, I ran into a guy with a Frank Mueller at the gun store a while back. And,
you better not shoot that Frank Mueller.
I ran into another guy with a 30-year-old Pepsi with the most beautiful patina bezel. And I've met a guy who I made his day because he was wearing like a Hulk, and it was just a steel Hulk, but it was during the bubble.
I met a surgeon wearing a root beer, a GMT, but not the 2. A GMT nipple dial root beer, which was manufactured somewhere in the 70s. And this guy, I was standing out front of the liquor store in Fort Lauderdale with my then boyfriend. We were, in the middle of the night buying liquor, and this guy pulls up in a Lamborghini and smashes into a parking stanchion, breaks a headlight, because he's drunk. And he smashed into a pole, and then he gets out of the car. But you should see this girlfriend. She was stunning. He gets out of the car. He looks at the headlight and he starts laughing. And I'm like, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Yeah, but that's like $3,000 right there." He goes, "Yeah, it's only $3. It's only money." That's what he said. And then but I clocked his watch, and I'm like, "Shit, man, that's an oldie but a goodie." And he loved it that I knew it. I just honestly I hadn't seen the nipple dial before. He had to explain it to me. That was cool. And then he bought a bunch of liquor and drove that Lamborghini with that fucked up headlight. It was crazy. I'm like,
first world issues there.
Problems, right? And I'm like, dude's gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Marky, it's
the business. It's a rough business, Paul. It's a rough business now.
Yeah.
But Michael and I want to compliment you on this episode. You have been focused. You have been talkative. You have brought up watches. It has been 98% watch talk. I don't even know who you are anymore. This was MAGA, Make Archie Great Again. It's working.
This is much improved.
You know what, Mike? It's because you
Since I
bitch about
started wearing gold watches, it's all changed for me. William
It's
Gaudry and €2. Show Mark my Rolex in your mail. He has more. Now, so
Yes.
William Gaudry, and I got to be totally honest with you. If I were you, don't take this the wrong way. Mark, he's going to get upset at me, but I'm going to tell you.
Hold on. Think twice. He's a super chatter. Calm down. What are you going to do to him?
Okay, so he has one of my dream Rolexes, okay?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, one of the dream
We got to stop it. We're losing viewers. Don't do that. Stop. Okay.
I think he needs to upgrade this to a 41. It's too fucking small.
It's quite a dial, though. It's a great dial.
It is a great
but
dial.
it's too small, Mark. It's too fucking small.
What is it? The 36?
I think it's a 36.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
depends
too
on your wrist
fucking
size.
small.
It depends on your wrist size.
Upgrade!
Maybe William Gaudrian is not a fat fuck. I mean, come on. He might be dainty.
Come on, it's too small.
Maybe he's dainty.
Marky, it's too small. Upgrade.
You know, not everybody has an 8-inch wrist, Arch.
No, but the trend is, even regardless of your wrist size, for the watches to be bigger.
No, it's kind of reversed course. I think they're going.
I would like
Don't
to
think
say,
so.
I'd like to see William Gaudry and sell the Prez and get one of these, Marky. That's what I'd like to see.
But the
him
dial
do.
on that present.
I'd like to see him get one of these, fuckface.
Well, here we go. Okay, guys. Well, listen, it's been a great show. Archie has not been a Breguet monster, but of course, you know, we're getting down to the last half an hour. He's running out of steam. He's running out of material. So he's going to just like go back to the well and dip out the fucking Breguets. First of all, you're out of your mind if he should sell that Rolex date with that spectacular dial and just go like buy a Breguet. Like no one's going to do that.
And then the other watch he's got, which I really do think is perfect. Pepsi on a tube.
It's perfect. It is lovely.
I love that watch.
I wore mine for a week earlier this month. I put it on for a week, went on a trip, never took it off, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm missing it right now.
Super chat, wistful thinking.
Super chat.
Member for 47 months.
Watch.
If each panelist were a watch brand, which one? Breguet! Marky.
Well, hold on. I got to think of what.
Breguet!
Well, obviously, if it's just what's our favorite brand, you're Breguet, I'm Rolex. But I think maybe I would be. I don't know. I think maybe I would be more like Breitling. You know, like I'm a Rolex man, but Breitling is like obnoxious. You know, Rolex is a little more refined. Breitling is just kind of like in your face and obnoxious. And Archie, I'm not so sure you're a Breguet man if you were to be reborn as a watch. I really think you would be a Frank Mueller crazy numbers.
Tell me this: do you admit Breguet has had the most spectacular relaunch in living history?
They're in financial difficulties right now.
No, they're not. They're
Yes,
owned by
they
Swatch
are.
Group.
Yes, the whole Swatch Group. Look up the Swatch Group stock and look at the 5-year trend. They are so far down, and their Breguet division is one of the ones that's down the most. Their sales are down like 35% in the last couple of years. That brand is a bit in trouble, and the whole group is a little in trouble, but that brand is underperforming. Nobody knows why. I don't know why. It's a fine.
Yeah, okay. I just got AI's given me an answer. Yes, Swatch Group is experiencing financial difficulties with a significant drop in profits and sales reported in 2024. This downturn is primarily attributed to a decline in demand, particularly amongst Chinese customers, amidst a broader slowdown in luxury spending and economic challenges in China. While some brands within the group, like Omega and Harry Winston, have shown relatively stable performance, others, especially Breguet and Blancpain, have been heavily impacted.
Maybe you should be a Harry Winston man.
China, a major market for Swatch Group, has seen significant decrease in luxury spending impacting the company's overall performance.
And now, if you look up the performance of Rolex, which is a little more secretive, Swatch is publicly held, so it's we know what their numbers are. Rolex, no, not so much, but they're doing just fine. So this
Okay,
is
to tell you how bad it is, listen to this. Inside the faltering Swatch watch empire, listen to this. Shares in Swatch, owner of 16 watch brands, including Omega, Longines, and Tissot, have dropped 24% in the past.
Yeah, way down.
12 months. This has extended a poor run in which Swiss Group's shares have fallen from a peak of 600 Swiss francs in 2014 to 147 Swiss francs, valuing the company at 7.7 billion Swiss francs. That's 14.3 million Aussie.
That's a huge loss.
The group's weak performance, net profit tumbled 75%, is partially down to shrinking demand from Chinese customers amid a broader slowdown in luxury spending.
They were profiting nearly, not quite, but nearly $1 billion, and they're down to profiting like 150 million. It's an enormous. I mean, it's profitable, okay, still, but when you have that sharp a decline in profitability, what it means is you're just a few mistakes away from negative numbers, which is like super bad.
Yeah.
Well, duh. But I'm just saying, in the Breguet division.
Well, why do you think they got me on the payroll, fuckface?
One of their.
You think I like this shit? You think I like this shit? This pompous shit?
Yes, I do. I think you do indeed.
I love you, Marky. Marky, I gotta tell you, it's been a great show today. Hasn't it been fun?
It has been excellent day. I'm wondering, like, I think, you know what? I meant to compliment Mike. Mike, I was a little irritated with you for that day because, you were a little dramatic, on your period or whatever. But at the end of the day, the reality is that you bitch slapped the pontiff, and I think it helped. I think it worked a little. This has been a much better show. Focused, tight, watch oriented, bringing up all the watches, zooming in where zooming in where zooming is called for. I think it's good. I think the super chats will come back. We got that huge $100 one. I think it's been a terrific show.
Yeah.
Want to quit while we're ahead?
Yeah, I do.
You betcha, Marky. We will quit now, okay? I got
Sounds
tomorrow off. You know what I'm doing tomorrow, Marky?
Tell me, what's happening?
So tomorrow I take Mondays off because
the business sucks.
it's just good for my mental health. I'm going to see that Brad Pitt movie, Formula One.
Oh, cool! I didn't know it was out.
Yeah, it's out in Australia. We got another super chat. We'll just get to that before we wind up. But I got to tell you, I want to see the Brad Pitt movie. I would fuck Brad Pitt. You know that, Mark? I would fuck. I tell you the guys who I think are so cool.
I'll arm wrestle you for it.
I love George Clooney. I always loved George Clooney. Are you a George Clooney fan?
I mean, I am. I'm not. I'm not dating George currently, but I find him to be an excellent and charming actor.
I love James Spader.
Oh my God! Do you love Blacklists? I love him in Blacklists.
I love Blacklist, and he mentions Patek Philippe. I don't know if you know that, Mark. He mentioned
well, I'm only on season like 3.
He wears a Rolex. He wears a Pepsi in a lot of Rolex.
He does. And
James
he also watching them.
He wears a lot of Omega Zegna ties. He wears a tie. Yeah. James Spader, I remember him in Breaking Bad.
Yep. And he
was in a high school movie too.
Yeah, he was in the Brat Pack. So he was in 16 Candles, and he was in a lot of Brat Pack movies back in the day. And the high school movie was, I think, 16 Candles that he was in.
Okay.
Yes.
With Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
The core are generally considered to be Emilio Estano, Anthony Hall, Rob Lowe, Andrew McCarthy, Demi Moore, Judd Nelson, Rolly Rigmore, and Ali Sheedy. Well, it doesn't have him in it.
Ali Sheedy. Well, but if you look at his IMDb, he was in a bunch of those movies in that era. He did a lot in the late 80s, 90s. He was very fine looking. He was very, very good looking back in the day. And he's still an excellent actor. I mean, I think he's still good looking. I think he looks distinguished. What do you think? He's portly, but he's an excellent
Hey!
actor.
Hey!
And he has an
He's a fucking role model, fuckface!
and he has an X factor. He has an it factor. He does. I really enjoy it. I love him, and he's great in that show. And the proof is, it lasted 10 seasons. That's like unusually long. The only thing that I know that beats it is like Grey's Anatomy, which got terrible, but it's up to like 20 years, and it was good for only like the first 10.
Never even seen one episode of that show.
Really? Oh Christ!
Never.
I've watched like 18, 19 years of it, but I sort of gave up eventually.
And I've never watched Breaking Bad either, because I know I'll get addicted and like
Oh my
have to
God,
marathon watch it.
Mike, you would love Breaking Bad.
I know.
No, listen. You would love Breaking Bad,
just
and
like
then you gotta
you would
follow
like
it with Better Call
you would,
Saul. Watch those
oh
two. For
yeah,
God's sake.
yeah, I know. Those two are fucking
You would love them.
like I know.
It's
But
like The
the
Sopranos.
thing
Did
is,
you watch The Sopranos? You gotta watch
no,
it.
I've never seen one
Oh
episode
my
of The
God,
Sopranos
Mike! For
either.
fuck's sake, The Sopranos was on Max,
Dude,
which
I
was on
stayed
HBO.
away from them purposely because I knew if I watched like episode 1, then I'd have to just like marathon the
Mike,
whole,
I insist you rot your brain with
2
me.
seasons or 3 seasons of it, and then if I find out about a whole bunch of them, then I'll be like,
Mike.
wasting away marathoning.
BBW is here, Doc. Thank God you're here, Doc. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but there's a super chat directed at me.
We got a couple super chats. Yankee Doodle, $2. Arch, why don't you not like the? I don't understand that. Why don't you not like the Lange? Let's get this fuckaroonie. Let's get this fuckaroonie on the screen now. Let's get this fuckaroonie. Let's get the fuckaroonie on the screen. It's a Lange.
And don't blame Yankee Doodle for the.
032.
Don't blame
It's a
Yankee
Saxonia.
Doodle.
That's why I hate the fucking. The Saxonia is their ultra thin line. You know what? It's never been. I like the 1815. It's not that I hate the Saxonia. It's just that if you're going to get one, why wouldn't you get the 1815? I like it more.
And don't blame Yankee Doodle for the typos. I sedated him, and he didn't know what he was saying.
Hey, you're a chiropractor. You can't sedate anybody.
Jeff,
you adjusted him.
$5. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff Sigmund, thank you so much. William Gaudry, and I'll get my phone. Show my last mail of my own Rolex. I'll just get that.
I own all these Rolexes.
While he's gone for that, I'm just going to point out, Marky, you were right about Rolexes being durable and certainly more than Breguet. But guess what? Even an Omega Speedmaster is more durable than a Breguet. I bet my vintage
that's right.
pieces.
He's got a huge collection. William Gaudrian has a huge collection.
Oh, that is a bunch. That is a bunch. I might have to eat my words. Is that a Hulk? I think it's a Hulk.
He's got a bluesy 4140. He's got president. He's got so much stuff there.
Oh, nice. I don't know why I thought he just had those cases and a couple of rollies, but
I know.
He's got more. He's got more. William Gaudrian, you're full of surprises, my friend.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
Oh, shit, look at all that. I take it back. I eat my words. Nice.
Deep Steve. He's got a bar.
He's got a couple of day dates.
He's got a Kermit, a Sermit. He's got, solid gold green.
Also, James Spader wasn't in Breaking Bad. It was the other one, Blacklist.
That's what I meant.
James Spader, he was in Bad Influence. Remember, he drove a Mazda.
You know what? That was a great movie. Who starred with him in that movie? That was such a good
Robert
movie.
Downey Jr. Robert.
Right. Yeah.
I've
Jr.
never seen that
Why are
movie.
you looking at me?
Oh, Bad Influence.
It's a good movie.
That was an amazing movie.
I'm gonna write it down.
I'm gonna write it
down. Bad Influence.
Well,
I'll say
Breaking Bad too.
Robert Downey Jr. is very talented, so
yeah, he's great.
I can only imagine.
He went on to be Ultraman.
Yeah, I still think James Spader is really good. looking guy. He was in Boston Legal. That's where James Spader really hit it off.
Well, for Blacklist, he purposely cut his hair short like that to appear older and more, you know,
Fat.
more empowering and everything. I think he just got fat, but
Maybe he did it for the role.
he was a little chubby in Boston Legal, if you really look.
Was he?
Now,
When Betty White was there. Oh yeah.
I honestly have never watched the show. I've just watched there's
Hey, I'll give you a James Spader quote. You want to hear a quote?
Sure.
If I don't need the money, I don't work. I'm going to spend time with my family and friends, and I'm going to travel and read and listen to music and try to learn a bit more about how to be a human being, as opposed to learning how to be somebody else.
Wow, that's deep.
So, Marky, are you able to post a poll? I know Archie can.
I can't. I'm in a hotel on a phone. That's it. That's all I got.
Normally,
We're ready to wrap up, Doc.
Well, I just wanted to see a poll about whether Mikey's being cut off more than he's not being cut off. That's the poll.
We got another super chats coming in fast. We got the Rancher, $2. It finally happened. Mark Goldberg got even lazier than a
You know, this pillow is very fucking fluffy. And let me tell you what, these blankies are nice and soft. This bed is fluffy. Man,
But why do you eat so late?
It was a day today. Oh, it was just a day, you know, Doc. It's been a day. Let me just say.
Oh, he's having a go at me for not showing William Gaudry $2. $2, €2. You forgot one picture on the screen. So he's got, let's have a look here. He's got the
got a Daytona and you forgot it?
Well, apparently.
He's got so many.
I don't know why William Gaudry. I don't know why I thought he just had a couple.
John Mayer. It just I can't get the lighting right.
That's a hell of a collection. that's like a fuck you collection.
It is fuck.
Well, now I understand why. Here, hold on. Now I understand why he's got all that swag, because the AD likes him, sells him all that shit, and then gives him all the other little bits and pieces. Yeah, nice. Those are credible.
Oh, he's got the two adventure. Look at the two Starburst styles: the blue on the two-tone Datejust and the red on the Day. He's got the bluesy. He's got a Starbucks, Pepsi. Look at all the stuff. He's incredible stuff.
I hope the wrist is less than 7-inch, because the dates are gonna wear a little tiny.
Is that a John Mayer? I don't know. I can't tell from that green. The picture doesn't.
It doesn't look green.
All this laying down is making me sleepy.
Is that an Eisenkaiser? No. It's a chocolate rose. Beautiful. He's got some absolute. What more do you want? You know what, Doc?
Yes. Sir.
What more do you fucking want than that?
Another vintage Daytona, probably. My
I'd like a sub of my birth year.
My watchmaker offered me a gold.
Going down? When do you see yourself, like with your collection, saying, "Okay, I got enough. That's enough now"?
I have. I mean, my watchmaker offered me a gold vintage Daytona, and I had to say no. It was $185,000.
Ooh.
So that helped me say no.
You gotta sell the house. You gotta take out a HELOC.
Yeah, you gotta sell the house.
What? I'm trying to remember.
Profit.
My first house cost $41,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
My first house cost me $125,000, I think.
Oh, that's sad though. That was such a nice house. If it's the one I'm thinking of, is it the one I'm thinking of? Is it the one I know about that we talked about?
I did talk about it. It was back east, and it was it had a brick lower floor. It was brick.
I was thinking about the California one.
Oh no, the one that foreclosed.
Yeah,
I don't think about it anymore. It's like screw you. The ex is more frustrated about it than I am.
Yeah, because she got stuck with she could have snagged more equity out of it.
That's right. Well, yeah, because we lost the equity. So she lost her half. Good for you.
This is what
happens.
Can
I just tell you something, right? James Spader's got a quote. Let me just read you a quote, because it reflects my YouTube career as well. Can I read you this?
Yes, please.
You know, when you choose to make your living as an actor, it's all fine and good to look at it as some kind of artistic endeavor. At its best, it is that. But the fact is, most of the actors out there don't earn 3 million a picture and can't afford to take 2 years off between films and look for the right thing. Most of us are tradesmen. Acting for me is a passion, but it's also a job, and I've approached it as such. I have a certain manual laborist view of acting. There's no shame in taking a film because you need some money. No shame in taking a film because you have always wanted to visit China. I visit China a lot. You notice that, guys?
Did you see what I posted about the Chinese food?
I was thinking about this last night as I was driving home. I started to go through the different films I've done and the television movies I've done. And I started to think about why I choose them at that time. And I realized every single film I've ever done, I've taken because of the money. Every single one. I'm not ashamed to say that.
What's his net worth? I can't Google anything right now because I'm on the phone. But just Google, James Spader net worth, and it'll tell you.
Well, he earns 300,000 an episode on Blacklist, but that season has just ended. Did you know that?
I didn't.
I thought it ended a while ago.
Yeah, me too. But
how many seasons? How many seasons of 10. There was it?
I think it was 10.
10? Oh,
which is
fuck.
a very long. It's a very long run. And when you get over, you get residual money. At that point, you get residuals.
Oh yeah, totally.
It says he's 30 million.
30 million. Look at that. Good for him.
Google
comfortable
using celebrity net worth, if that's accurate.
Yeah.
Well, just being as smarmy as fucking it can possibly get. He's so cool.
He'd fucking win you, Mike.
But yeah, no, just how he always calmly explains things, and then fucking blast a hole in him.
Doc,
and by the way, we're talking about menial jobs. On menial jobs before acting, this is what James Spader says. It's the same as me.
Waiter.
I drove a truck for a while for a meat packing plant. I shoveled manure at the Claremont Riding Academy in New York. Mopped floors for a while. I uploaded railway cars and trailers at a warehouse. I wasn't really qualified for anything else.
He once said he was a waiter. What was that you needed from me, Marky?
I forget. But what
Clyde says he enjoys seeing you twisting on your nipple, by the way.
Thank you. I enjoy doing it for you. You know what? If we think about what Archie could do next, he's so often asked like what he could do after YouTube if the tubes go down the tubes, and I think James Spader has just given him a pathway forward.
Yes, he has. Shoveling manure.
Yes, is there a local riding academy?
Thank you.
Is there a zoo? I mean, I think zookeepers are unionized. You need a good union job. Personally, I feel like if you continue ahead the way this show has gone today, you're going to be fine. You're going to reinvigorate the audience.
Hey, that's the main thing to do, isn't it?
Exactly.
Sometimes you just have to tread the water so you don't sink.
Doc, do you feel reinvigorated?
I just went for a run.
Show off.
And I was wearing a two-tone Rolex Submariner.
I made it all the way into the
By the way, William Gaudry at €2. Rolex Collector 79 is his Instagram page.
Boop. I will have to check that out one of these days when I look at my Insta. Mine is Chicago _dog_trainer.
I love your page, Mark. You got a great page.
Not really, but thank you. I just post random shit.
Just work with me, Mark. Don't be difficult.
It's an excellent page. I put a great deal of trouble in it. Thank you for noticing.
What's it called?
What's what called? Instagram.
I don't like this. Let's have a look. This is William Gaudrian's page. Check it out, fuckers. Rolex Collector 79. Oh, it's private. I can't even get in there. How the fuck are we supposed to get in there if it's marked as private, William?
You have to request it. And then...
I might follow him. Red Shovel. I'll follow him.
Is OC still around? They're suggesting OC, but oh, this is Instagram. It's not YouTube. Never mind.
And what's your page, Mark?
Oh, never mind.
Fuck it.
Whose page is this?
This is
Lie.
Yes.
Just another page I used to follow. Guys, that is the stream for today. We're going to wrap this baby up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Before you wrap it up, you need to remind people to hit the thumbs up and maybe play the little Mikey clip.
You know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. If you don't want to upvote, I don't give a fuck. You don't want to upvote? What can I say? Fuck! Let's promote the people who super chatted. Black Cat 997, Palagenic 6, $100.
Oh my gosh!
$100.
Don't spend it all in one place.
He changed his name. Didn't he change his name? Because it was something else. But hey, who cares? We took the money. MT85, Black Cat 997, William Gaudrian, Rich Mitch, MT85, Michael G, MT85, Michael G, MT85, Frank V. Thank you, Frankie. William Gaudrian, Rodent 3, Jeffrey Sigmund, MT85, William Gaudrian, Wistful Thinking, Yankee Doodle, Jeffrey Sigmund, William Gaudrian, The Rancher, William Gaudrian, and William Gaudrian. That is the show for today. Check out Rusty's watches, and also check out David SW. If you're buying or selling in America, that's the only place to go. We will be back. I got the day off tomorrow. Then I'll be back. See you later. Hi, guys. It's Archie Luxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW.